Ever wondered why dementia seems to creep up on us, undetected until it's too late? The silent signs of dementia can be elusive, often appearing as early as a decade before any cognitive changes are detected. It's a slow, stealthy process, with the most subtle shifts happening right beneath our noses. Interestingly, our noses might be the first to know. One of the earliest signs of dementia is a loss of smell. That's right, your favorite fragrances, the aroma of freshly baked bread or the scent of a blooming rose, could start to fade without you even realizing it. But it's not just our sense of smell that's affected. Vision, too, can subtly change. You might find yourself squinting more, struggling to read small print, or perhaps colors don't seem as vibrant as they once were. These sensory changes, often overlooked, can be the first whispers of dementia making its presence known. Intriguing, isn't it? How such subtle changes can signal something as serious as dementia. Our first early sign of dementia is sensory problems, specifically a loss of smell. Now, we all know that scents and smells can bring back a flood of memories. But did you know that your nose might be doing a lot more than just sniffing out the aroma of freshly baked bread or a blooming rose? That's right. A diminishing sense of smell might be an early warning sign of dementia. Scientists have discovered that the brain areas affected by Alzheimer's, a common form of dementia, are closely linked to our olfactory system. That's our sense of smell. When these areas begin to deteriorate, the ability to identify and remember smells can falter. So, if you or a loved one seem to be losing the sense of smell, it might be more than just a common cold. It could be an early sign of dementia. And if that's the case, an early diagnosis can lead to better management of the condition. So, a loss of smell might be more than just a common cold. Moving on to the second sign, it's all about vision. Vision problems can often be one of the early warning signs of dementia, and these issues can take many forms. You might find it increasingly difficult to read small print or discern fine details. Perhaps you're having trouble judging distance, or you're starting to struggle with identifying colors or contrast. These difficulties can all be due to the changes in the brain caused by dementia, particularly in the areas that control visual information and processing. This is not just about needing a new prescription for your glasses. It's about changes in the brain that affect your ability to interpret what you're seeing. It's crucial to understand that these vision issues are not a normal part of aging, but could be a sign of something much more serious. So, if you find your vision playing tricks on you, it might be worth checking out. Do you toss and turn and struggle to get a good night's sleep? If you've been experiencing this more frequently, it might be more than just a restless night. Sleeping problems are often overlooked, but they can be an early sign of dementia, especially if they've recently become an issue. Sleep disorders can range from insomnia to sleep apnea, and even excessive daytime sleepiness. What's concerning is that these disruptions in your sleep pattern can impact your cognitive function over time. It's like a cycle. Poor sleep can lead to cognitive decline, and cognitive decline can lead to poor sleep. Now, it's essential to remember that occasional sleepless nights are a common part of life. However, if you or your loved ones notice a persistent change in your sleep patterns, it's worth discussing with a healthcare professional. By doing so, you might be able to catch early signs of dementia and take proactive steps towards managing it. Sleeping problems could be more than just a bad night. They could be a warning sign. Next, we're delving into the emotional and behavioral changes that can signal dementia. These alterations in personality and demeanor can be subtle, but they are significant and often deeply troubling to those who notice them in loved ones. Agitation, restlessness, and aggression may not seem like symptoms of a cognitive disorder at first glance. However, these are common behavioral changes that can occur in the early stages of dementia. A calm and patient individual might become easily upset or seem perpetually uneasy. They may display uncharacteristic aggression, showing frustration or even anger in situations they would have previously handled with grace. Next, let's talk about restlessness. This can manifest as an inability to sit still, a constant desire to move or wander. It's as if the person is searching for something, but they can't quite put their finger on what it is. This restlessness can be particularly noticeable in the evenings, a phenomenon often referred to as sundowning. Now, onto emotional changes. These can be just as telling as memory issues. An emotional drop is a common sign of dementia, and it can manifest in a variety of ways. Some people may experience depression or heightened anxiety. Others may show a lack of emotion, seeming indifferent to events or news that would have previously elicited a strong emotional response. This emotional blunting can be disconcerting for friends and family, as it feels like the person they know and love is slipping away. In the early stages of dementia, these emotional and behavioral changes can be easy to dismiss as just getting older or having an off day. However, if these changes persist or worsen over time, they could be a sign of something more serious. Dementia is a complex condition with a wide range of symptoms. It's not just about memory loss. Emotional and behavioral changes are also key indicators that something may be amiss. If you notice these changes in yourself or someone you care about, it's important to seek medical advice. Remember, it's not just about memory. Emotional and behavioral changes count too. Our final signs of early dementia are a bit more physical. When we think about dementia, our minds often go straight to memory loss and cognitive decline. But let's not forget that our bodies can also provide us with important clues. Two such physical symptoms often overlooked are incontinence and constipation. Incontinence, or loss of bladder or bowel control, can be a distressing and embarrassing symptom of dementia. This might manifest as occasional leakage or a complete inability to control one's bladder or bowel movements. It's important to note that incontinence isn't inevitable with dementia. It's just one potential sign, and it could also be indicative of other health issues. Similarly, constipation can also be a sign of early dementia. Surprised? You're not alone. It's a symptom that's often brushed aside or attributed to other causes, but constipation is common with dementia. The reason for this is twofold. Firstly, a person with dementia might forget to eat or drink enough, leading to dehydration, which can cause constipation. Secondly, the dementia itself can affect the nerves that control the bowel, leading to constipation. Just like with incontinence, constipation isn't a definitive sign of dementia. It's a common issue for many people, especially as they get older. However, if you or a loved one is experiencing constipation more frequently than usual, it might be worth discussing with a healthcare professional, particularly if it's accompanied by other potential signs of dementia we've talked about. Now, we've covered a lot of ground in this video, and it's important to remember that dementia manifests differently in different people. It's a complex condition, and every individual's journey with dementia will be unique. If you're concerned about any of these symptoms, it's always best to speak to a healthcare professional. Early detection is key in managing dementia, and that includes recognizing the physical symptoms as well as the mental ones. So, keep in mind, it's not just the mind that shows signs of dementia. So we've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? We journeyed through the silent signs of dementia, looking at sensory problems, both loss of smell and vision as well as sleeping problems. We explored emotional and behavioral changes like agitation, restlessness and aggression, along with significant memory issues. We also delved into physical symptoms like incontinence and constipation. These signs can often appear up to a decade before any cognitive changes, making them critical to identify. Early detection is the first line of defense and gives us the best chance to manage the condition effectively. Remember, dementia doesn't occur overnight. It's a slow process, and these early signs are our body's way of waving a red flag. In addition to recognizing these symptoms, we also looked at some of the causes of dementia, such as chronic inflammation and insulin resistance. We learned that poor diet, head trauma, heavy metals, infection, and high blood pressure could all contribute to the onset of dementia. Quite alarmingly, we also learned why Alzheimer's is often referred to as type 3 diabetes, due to the role insulin resistance plays in depriving nerve cells of fuel. But it's not all doom and gloom. With knowledge comes power. Understanding these signs and causes equips us with the tools to take action. Seeking medical advice at the first hint of these signs is crucial. It may just be the key to slowing the progression of the disease and maintaining a good quality of life for as long as possible. So, let's continue to learn, continue to watch out for these signs in ourselves and our loved ones. It's not about living in fear, but about being informed, being prepared, and being proactive. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and remember, early detection is key when it comes to managing dementia.
If you are enjoying our content, please give us a like and subscribe.